Shalom Yasharala, this is your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakodash. Double honors, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, I can pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here article, which is basically confirming the things that we were, we were taught throughout the scriptures as far as these prophecies coming to play, man. All right, we always tell you about the Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution. They're going into these different phases or whatever, whatnot, The scripture also says the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. All right, and as we see these things being foreshadowed, all right, there's actually a little bit of a tweet in here I'm going to read off a little later, but nevertheless, and this is where we're going. Matter of fact, let me start with that tweet. It says from Michael Knowles, it says, just 15 days, not a big deal. Just wear the mask, not a big deal. Just don't see family, not a big deal. Just cancel Thanksgiving and Christmas, not a big deal. Just get the jab, not a big deal. Just be ostracized if you don't submit, not a big deal. Right now, going into these things, now imagine if they would have came out from the jump street and told you about what the end game plan was. Mostly everybody would go against the grain, more or less to say. But there's a term they use, or a phrase they use, called boiling a frog, and this is what they're doing. They're boiling the frog, right? So the idea is, if you have a boiling pot of water and you throw a frog in that bad boy, he's gonna just jump out, right? But if you put the frog in room temperature water, all right, and you put it on the stove or whatever, whatnot, and you slowly increase the temperature of the pot, start slowly turning the pot up, the frog will keep adjusting his body temperature to match that of the water, right? Until it's too late and he realizes, that he's starting to boil in the water. All right, so this is what's going on right now, man. All right, problem, reaction, solution. Oh, just wear the mask. Well, if everybody ain't wearing the mask, oh, well, go ahead and get this here jab. Well, we can't sit there and verify, so on and so forth. All right, well, we got to have this digital tracking system, which is going to turn into the mark of the beast. All right, and this is what you see being played out, man. All right, before they even start pushing these jabs out full force, all right, they already got the next phase coming around the corner, man. All right, so it says, where do you get ideas? Nazi Germany, Andrew Yang eviscerated after backing digital jab certificates. All right. And again, we're not saying that this here is the mark of the beast, but this is going into that, man. All right. Because, hey, come on, man. You can see they're just trying to get rid of the currencies. They can put your currency on there, track you wherever you go. They're going to use the guys of your medical records and everything like that to see if you can go in and out of society, man. All right. Causing all to be able to get this. All right. It says, the plan that they're talking about only works if everybody has this, because what's the point of seeing who has the jab and who don't have the jab if you're not requiring everybody to get the jab? That would kind of be pointless. You'd be like, well, y'all don't require, you don't force everybody to get it, I'm just not going to take it, versus those who just saying, look, I'm going to try to crawl under the system for, for as long as possible, It says tech entrepreneur turned politician candidate Andrew Yang has suggested the use of a digital jab certificate to speed the reopening of society. Problem, reaction, solution. Man, we can't wait to get back to normal. We got to get back to normal, so on and so forth. All right. Well, first of all, there's a pandemic, the problem, and everything gets shut down. Well, the reaction is, well, look, we want to get back to normal and everything like that. So what do we need to do to do these things, Then you have the couple stages of the mask and so on and so forth. But then you get to the point to where you have problems with that. So they come out with the solution. All right, and this is what's going into this solution, a digital tracking system of these things, which they've already got laws before all of these so-called ideas to fix it. All these so-called remedies came upon. They already had the laws putting into place for these things, It says that a suggestion his followers swatted down with copious Nazi references. Yang asked his followers if there was any way for someone to easily show that they have been jabbed, like a barcode they could download to their phone, on Twitter on Friday, reasoning it was tough to have mass gatherings like concerts or ball games without such intrusive technology. All right, what are they playing into? Your so-called your feelings and your emotions, your kid-like behavior. Oh, we want to go back out to the football games and the movies and the clubs. Remember how fun that was? We just want to get back to having fun. All right, so they're hitting you on these things because, wow, they starved you out first. All right, deprived you from going out and about and seeing everybody and so on and so forth. Now they're going to require you to have these things to be able to go back into society, and everybody's how do like the scripture say, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. It's polluted. It's going to destroy you. All right. So we didn't already came up out of this. So we straight with just, how do you say, just being here and not having to be off in the society and partaking into the clubbing and all that extra stuff that everybody else needs. Just like social media. Just imagine social media going down and you can't go get your validation loops, like getting your likes on your photos and so on and so forth. It only affects people whose lives are catered to that, man. But people who don't use all that, they don't give a fuck about that, man. I don't got no Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and nothing like that. So if that shit was to go down, I'm like, okay, and what's the big deal? But nevertheless, they starve the people out by taking away all their so-called amenities and telling them, look, the way to get your amenities back and your life back is it's in your hands now. We did what we were supposed to do to provide these things for you, and all you got to do is come out here and take these things. It says several such apps are already in the work, including the Rockefeller Foundation sponsored Common Pass. All right, and if you understand who the Rockefellers are, it's basically the American extension of the Rothschilds. They pretty much just came over here and changed their names, and this is basically their branch over here that they running from over here with. So that should already be in question. Like, damn, hold up. When you go into it spiritually, this also is answering the question: who the damn Edomites? All right, you go into the damn Rothschilds, the Red Child. This nigga's name wasn't even Rothschild. It was Bauer. He changed it, right? This was the people who took over the whole earth and everything like that, and signed in the law under his so-called guys, the title deed to the land of Israel, man. All right, so the scriptures tell you about all these things. Ezekiel chapter 36, 1-5. All right, about how the heathen and mainly Edom are part of the Most High's land, man. All right. It says several such apps are already in the works, including the Rockefeller Foundation sponsored Common Pass, which several international airline bodies have championed as key to resuming normal travel. All right. Also going into what? A man should desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. All right. Causing all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. See, we keep telling you this is more than likely the way they're going to force this out on everybody, because especially here in America, they know a lot of these Edomites will have a lot of backlash if they mandate it from the government, more or less to say. But if they sit there, the government uses, these corporations is more or less like a puppet, These are all puppets for them. So what they'll do is they'll probably put it in, with to be in compliance with the World Health Organization. All right. All these companies right now need to so on and so forth. Go to your grocery store right now and read the small print about them damn masks and everything like that. All right. To be in compliance with the World Health Organization and everything like that, companies and corporations have to follow these here guidelines and everything like that. So, hey, man, it ain't necessarily like, they're forcing you to wear these situations and the mask and everything like that, man. All right. It says individual countries have also considered adopting health passports for residents who receive the jab, basically. Social media now, again, causing all both small and great, rich and poor. We see where this is headed, man. We understand what's going on, man. All right. It says social media users weren't having the idea, however, something like that really doesn't work well in a free society. One user deadpan. All right, now if you still believe in this as a free society or whatever, you believe in this here freedom, your ass is still asleep and basically living the American dream. All right, the only way you have a dream is when you what? Asleep. All right, these are certain terms that have almost a little deeper meaning, talking about people being woke, but the regular society didn't hijacked all of that shit and just depleted it and everything like that. But nevertheless, these people think that they're in a free society, but your government is mandating you to stop going to work, close down your businesses, keep your kids home, teach them online and everything like that. How can they mandate all these things if you're free to do whatever you want to do? If you're in a free country and you have free reign over what you choose to do with yourself and your own, your family. All right. It says, here's the idea. We should all get barcoded first and let us all know how it is. All right. I read that one there. Some sarcastically went along with Yang's suggestion, playing out that it's illogical conclusion. How about we just tattoo the barcodes on our arms, or perhaps a microchip under the skin that has all our medical records? We might just wave over a scanner. Yeah, now when you go to these gas stations from 5-10 years ago, they had the little speed passes and everything like that. Your debit cards and all your cards got these damn RFID chips in there. All right, they got you used to these things. So what? People are like, oh shit. Now he's over here sarcastically talking about this microchip, and I'm pretty sure, well, I don't know this person or nothing like that, but hey, they're probably an Edomite, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, whatnot, or they could be a Jake, but nevertheless, not really into the truth or whatever, whatnot. but they also see what the hell's going on, man. All right, so it should be clear, especially for you that's been watching this here Truth Know You Are Israelite, and especially watching GMS, what the hell the mark of the beast is by now, man. Everybody know what the damn mark of the beast is, man. But it's only important for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to follow suit with the Most High, man. All right. Let me read this one. We can make them wear a special armbands with safe printed on them. Then anyone who doesn't wear one can be herded into special unsafe designated areas, foolproof. You know, just like going, hey, so problem, reaction, solution. We'll just have a card or a bracelet that people can counterfeit or whatever, whatnot. But then also the flip side, all right, whosoever wouldn't worship the beast, they should be put to death. Might want to rethink this one thing before returning for mayor of the city with the largest concentration of these Jewish populations or Amalekites in the country. One commenter pointed out, referencing Yang's exploratory campaign for mayor of New York City. Indeed, many got a District Third Reich vibe from the idea of carrying around a barcode. Dude, where'd you get your ideas? 1930s Germany? Seriously? You know, and what you don't realize about that whole situation as well either was Germany was basically a blueprint of what the hell they was doing over here, man. All right, if you know anything about this here Illuminati types, like the real shit that be going on with the shit that they be doing, all right, you would understand that Hitler had a book that he wrote basically called Mein Kampf, right, which means mind control, right, which the American government, they started these programs called what? MK Ultra. That, what the hell you think that shit means, man? All right. Just have them get a tattoo on their arms, and we know that's like, but nevertheless, we see these sentiments being passed around here. All right, let me just grab a few scriptures real quick. I quoted this earlier. Let me go ahead and grab this. Habakkuk 2 and 3. Come on, let's not have no problems here. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. You know, you have these other camps and these other camp heads or whatever, whatnot, telling you to take this here jab. It ain't this, it ain't that, and so on and so forth. Hey, man, you're supposed to be in the truth. You're supposed to have this here knowledge. But even these so-called Edomites just having a regular conversation on Twitter or whatever, whatnot, even see where this shit is leading to, man. All right, so how much more of these false prophets is out here leading our people, the sheep to the slaughter, man? All right. And for you people that's over here watching the multiple different camps and don't understand why we can't just get together and have a unity camp and why y'all always camp banging, your ass is dead, man. If you still caught up into that stumbling block, your ass is dead, man. All right, you might as well just go ahead and just live it the fuck up over here, man. If you still worried about why we can't get together, why GMS be cussing and all that stuff, bro, this shit is actually being rolled out in real time right before your eyes, man. And getting still you too blind and stumbling over the small little things here to see somebody's out here trying to save your goddamn life, man. I always give this here analogy about you falling off a damn ship, right? And you drowning in the sea. And then, you know, like, let's just say I'm trying to throw a float overboard with a rope attached to it. And I'm yelling out to you, hey, grab on the motherfucking float. And you take it like, oh, this nigga tried to hit me with a float, knock me out, and trying to kill me and shit, and cussing me out, man, fuck this nigga. Be like, all right, well, if your dumb ass don't want to take the float, your ass is gonna die, man, because you don't like the way I'm talking to you, but look at the actions. Did I or did I not throw out a lifeline into you to save your life? But because you was so much into your emotions and you let that stumbling block hinder your ass from grabbing and reaching out to that line of salvation, that shit is on your ass, man. All right? Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come and it will not tarry. So, hey, the controversy over what the mark of the beast is speaking loud and clear right now. It's not tarrying, it's not lying, it's loud and clear right now, man. You got all these Edomites making a fuss over the same situation or whatever, whatnot, because even these motherfuckers know about the shit, man. All right? Let me go from there to, what was that other one I had in mind? Well, I'll get to Ezekiel in a second. Oh, Isaiah. Let me get this in Isaiah 14 and 12. Let me just start at 12. All right. Well, let me start at 13 because this is the point. All right, because they want to track you and know where you at and your so-called vital signs, or what they call biometrics. All right, in which George Bush is the one who signed this shit into law way back in the day. All right, because like, I mean, I don't know about all the other states, but I know here in Florida, we have been going through a transitional period of getting, like, since I've been driving, right, over like, what, the last 15 years or something like that, right? our driver's licenses have changed up drastically. All right, we had a certain type of driver's license at first, then we had to get these new ones, the smart IDs or whatever, whatnot. Now our driver's licenses have these RFID chips in them. All right, and they was going into what when you read the fine print about all those changes and everything like that, they was talking about the Real ID Act and biometrics and everything like this and so on and so forth, to have all this here data on these cards and your medical records, just in case you get into a car accident and you unconscious. They can sit here and get all your relatives' information and next to kin information, your medical records, so they don't give you the wrong shit. It all sounds good on paper, but in reality, it's just like all these apps that they have, man. We want give you Facebook so you can reconnect with long distance relatives and friends or whatever, whatnot. But they don't really tell you. They just trying to snoop into your life and get all the data up off you. They data mining you, but they trying to sell you an idea or a false hope, man. All right. Verse 13, it says, "For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will also sit among the congregation in the sides of the north." So, when you go into this here space race that they had to begin with, that was basically Edomites, Russia and America, right? Sitting their nest amongst the stars and their space weapons up there and everything like that, man. All right, but now who's sitting upon the mount of the congregation, which is the Israelites, and the sides of the north, basically here in North America? Where's Esau mainly reigning from? Right here in America, man. All right. Verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So the Most High knows about every hair that's on the top of your head, and when you get sick and so on and so forth, when your body temperature change, where you at, tracking you. He know everything about you, man. All right. When you going to get hungry, when you going to get sick. He know that just giving you a random example. He know that you're going to stub your toe 6 years from now on the corner of a bed in an apartment that ain't even built yet right now, man. You see, he know all these things, but what Esau wants to know these same things about you. Again, going back to Facebook, man. All right, there was an experiment about how they had this fake-ass psychic or whatever, whatnot, showing these people this experiment, right? He was like, yo, I'm a psychic, I want to read this and that, and so on and so forth. And they had these gullible-ass people up there like, oh my gosh, how did you know I was getting married to my friends and this, and they got a new promotion on the job, and I got this boyfriend, this and that. He was telling them all kind of information about him, not realizing that he was just reading off their Facebook page, man. All right. But hey, this is all the type of information, like when you think about it from that perspective, like, yo, any kind of stranger or anybody watching your social media sites know way more information about you than just, like for parents and kids. Strangers on the internet know more about your kids than the parents know, because while your kids are putting all this information on the internet, man. All right. So in that same way that Esau is doing those things is the same way he want to know everything about you, man. The last time you took a shit, your internal body temperature, all these different things, man. All right. That was the point I wanted to grab there. Let me go from there to we can read this real quick as well, because there was a couple of points in there that was on there. I'm gonna read through this kind of quick for time's sake. Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Just like how they was making references to what y'all gonna basically put us in one of these camps and kill us off or whatever, whatnot, which we already know that they have these things, man. There's countries now that have these, what they call quarantine camps. If you don't want to get tested, they take your ass up for public safety concern reasons. They put you into a quarantine camp for 14 days. And then after those 14 days, they try to give you the test again. If you refuse the test, your 14 days start back over again. And this is an endless cycle, back to back to back to back. And this is only what they're telling us publicly on the news, man. How much more when they're like, yo, it's costing us way more money to sit here and keep housing these motherfuckers and feeding these motherfuckers. They ain't gonna never take this thing. We might as well just go ahead and kill them off. It's way cheaper that way, man. All right. Verse 16, and he calls it all. All right. So, hey, look, they're talking about airlines, companies, different countries are taking this here approach. All right. Which is it's not just a so-called illness or sickness that's taking place in a certain business or a certain state or a certain city or a certain country. This is a so-called pandemic. It's over the whole earth right now, man. So with that, guys, they can say, oh, it's over the whole earth. They can say, well, we got to sit here and basically subdue everybody on the earth. All right. Because lo and behold, if everybody get the damn jab and one person don't get the jab, oh, everybody else is threatened to be sick, man. I.e., look at your children, man. All right. They be like, yo, look, your kids need to be having flu shots or whatever, whatnot. You're an irresponsible parent if you don't give your kids the flu jab or whatever, whatnot, man. All right. And then you send them to school and the parents look at you all weird, like, wait a minute. If all the kids in the class then got the jab for the flu, and my kid don't got it, why are you worried about it? Ain't that supposed to make your kid immune to it? All right, even if my kid did come here with the flu, if you scared your kid should be getting this here, catching the flu, then you should consult the people who gave your kid that damn jab, man. All right, it's supposed to stop them from that. You shouldn't have to worry about these things, man. All right. It says it causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, when we go into this word mark, which we always do, all right, and then also in the word stigma, all right, is going into what? Being branded, something carved or etched inside of you. Now, what Homeboy was talking about was what? Let me backtrack. They're talking about when you get these jabs, you're going to have to get a ID card, you know, a so-called paper ID card, which anybody can forge, print one out, lose, or whatever, whatnot. It can lose its print in your wallet and everything like that. So what? Problem, reaction, solution. Well, we got to make this here foolproof or whatever, whatnot, man, so that nobody can steal your records. All right. And with your boy Andrew Yang, see, this is what they call predictive programming. They start throwing it out there to see what the population, how they react to these things instead of just bringing them out there. And if the population not gravitating into it too quick, they how you say, pamper you up a little bit more to lean you that way a little bit more, man. All right. Just like how you had in the beginning where a lot of people weren't really with the lockdowns and everything like this, man. All right. And they just keep increasing the numbers and telling you how many more people are dying, to the fact where people are screaming, hey, we need to be locked down. We need to have these people with these masks on, man. You know, I hear on the radio all the time, people crying and screaming, man. Man, these people out here, they're just irresponsible, man. Y'all got to get it together. It's Jake, too, man. I'm like, bro, come on, man. For real? You know, but, hey, this is what they do. They pamper you up, what they call gassing you up, man, moonlighting. All right? It says it causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of the name. All right, with a global economic collapse and everything like that, man. All right, they're gonna already be like, well, this here thing can tell you about your medical records, your ID, and everything like that. We can also put your currency on there and track and trace that, so people don't counterfeit money no more. Then we could also, you know, use this to start your cars and your houses so nobody else break in. Crime will just go all the way down from there, man. All right. Here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6. Now I'm gonna close out with this here, because I made the point earlier about you know, people over here laughing at us and talking about this ain't, you know, go ahead and take the jab, and this ain't that, blah blah blah. Don't listen to them, and you know, Christianity is this and that, man. All right. Ezekiel 33 and 30. It says, also, thou son of man, the children of thy people are still talking against thee by the wall and at the doors of the house, and speak one to another, everyone to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what the word that cometh from Yahweh, cometh forth from Yahweh. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will do them not. For with their mouth they show much love, but with their heart goeth after their covetousness. So you have a lot of people that are watching us and listening to us or whatever, whatnot. Hey, they're gonna still wind up going out there and getting that jab because they ain't really rooted in faith, man. Oh, shit, I lost my job, about to be threatened to lose my good job or whatever, whatnot. I gotta feed my kids and X, Y, and Z. All these different things are gonna come up across their minds, you know. They hear what you're saying or whatever, whatnot, or they're watching multiple camps and they're not quite convinced because they got this confusion going on. All right. Verse 32, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that has a pleasant voice and can play well on the instrument. For they hear thy words, but they will do them not. All right. So, hey, they understand what we're saying or whatever, whatnot. But ultimately, hey, you know, behind the prophet's backs or whatever, whatnot, because it don't matter to us. All right. But nevertheless, you know, that's going to be on you. You got to explain that to the Most High. You know, you ain't got to prove it to us what you're doing or whatever, whatnot. But, hey, you know, they're going to, oh, yeah, we ain't going to do this. We ain't going to do that. We hear you. Then lo and behold, they're going to go home and then wind up taking this here jab, man. All right. Or, hey, they out there telling their congregations to go and take the jab. Verse 33, and when this come to pass, and lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. All right. And so, look, going back into, you know, what I was saying earlier about, you know, the progression of the mask all the way down to the mark of the beast, it should be clear as day now. You know what I'm saying? All jokes and games aside, that, look, man, we've been telling you about these things. Y'all laughed and scoffed at us, but now it's all playing out, man. Now it's time for you to sober up like, oh, shit, this motherfucker might have been right, man. You know? Let me see if I can find one more real quick. It says the same thing, but, I think it's 5. Ezekiel 2, I'm going to start at verse 3 and read through 5. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. And the Most High ultimately is telling you not to take this here RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. They and their fathers have transgressed against me even unto this very day. For they are impotent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh power, and whether they will hear and whether they will forbear. Because we're telling you right now what the Most High is saying according to the scriptures, right? And whether they want to hear it or whether they don't want to hear it, we letting you know, man. All right, for their rebellious house, yet shall they know that a prophet had been among them. And you know, this is the sentiment right now. You know, a lot of people used to laugh and scoff at us all the time, talk shit on the highways and the byways, but now it ain't nothing for them to say, man. Now they seen everything that we're saying come to pass right now, man. All right, and there's only a short amount of time until, you know, these people in these other camps and the people that's watching these other camps realize that their leaders are selling them down the drain, man. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us his truth and our will. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Till next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.